share this. It is the way. Good morning. Share now. It's funny when you type random words and like suggestions come up on who to tag. And I want to see how this sounds. It's funny when you type random words and like suggestions come up on who to tag. Cool. So Joy is making coffee. I was setting all this stuff up. I was trying to find the right angle of where to put the camera. I was going to put it over there so you could kind of see the whole table, but there's an umbrella and it kind of gets in the way. So instead, you get kind of the corner of the house, and you can still see the patio. So, but yeah, good morning. Hi, Ma. So yeah, today is, I should probably double check that. Today is the first day of summer, I think. It might not be. Day of summer. That's not right. Oh, summer. It is. Today is the first day of summer. I think this is earlier than most years, because I thought it was like the 21st or 22nd. But now I don't remember. But apparently, yeah, today's the first day of summer. So, enjoy. Hi, Pam. Yeah, like I said, Joy's making some coffee. We'll have some coffee talk. We have some plans for the summer that we want to talk about. Some ideas for the next coming weeks. We realize that, like, starting at 10 a.m., a lot of you guys are already stay. Heck, I know people are probably down at the beach right now. Too early for us. We get up early through the week. Saturday is like one of our only days we can sleep in. I think we woke up at like 8. Oh my gosh. I gotta help Joy.
I don't even know how supportive this is.
Come around this way.
There's a bot, honestly.
Do you want to show that off?
Doesn't matter. I can ride out here to make 2 trips. I feel like it's gonna fall through the bottom.
It's cracked. Set it right there.
I put my phone. Oh, you're doing it right. So you can look at comments. Or can you?
Yeah, I can see here because I can actually see the screen.
Okay.
So, anyway.
What have I missed?
I was already saying, so good morning, Joy.
Good morning, Brandon.
So today, it seems super early, because I thought it was in like 2 days. Today's the first day of summer.
Yeah. I know. I keep thinking it's like
21st or 22nd.
Still early June.
It's not. June's almost over.
And I feel like once you get to 4th of July, summer's already like heading down. I always feel like that. I don't know.
I think the crazy part is that, so the other thing about the first day of summer is that this is the longest daylight of the year, which means that every day going forward until winter is going to get shorter in daylight. And it feels like we just got our daylight back.
Yeah.
So, yep, we get to look forward to that. Anyway, so we have some coffee here. We're gonna do, this is all that, right? Or did you mix it?
Nope, it's all of it.
All of it?
So it might be a little less coffee than we normally have, but
Okay. So we have some coffee here. Was this on the last time?
when?
I don't think we talked about the soccer or anything.
You had a post about it.
I had a post, but not on the channel. Or page, I guess. I'm used to YouTube. So this coffee, the actual coffee beans, was a gift from the neighbor. So Steve brought it over. He had posted like a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? It was a while ago about
Chico.
a coffee that he had heard of from a friend or coworker or something.
I thought it was like a Facebook ad.
Oh, maybe it was an ad. I don't know. He heard about it from somewhere,
Because I saw it too.
and then he posted saying, "Has anyone tried this?" I personally hadn't tried it, but it was just coincidental because in a Slack group that I'm in, someone had literally just posted like the day after, like unprovoked, unrelated, about that exact same coffee. So I'd asked them, I said, "Well, what do you think about it?" And they said they really liked it. So I had commented on Steve's post. I said, "Hey, I haven't tried it, but one of my nerd friends said, hey, it's good." Well, he sent me a message yesterday, and he's like, "This does not live up to the name. This is not it's not
What
as
is it
good.
called?
It's not as good as the hype." Let me pull it up.
Was there
This
different?
is Mint Invaders from Chocolate Space,
So there's different like flavors you could have.
and it's by
I forgot the
Bones Coffee Company.
bring the plug out for
So
this.
let me put a link in the chat.
And I want to say, like, even before he sent that or said something about it, I saw it someplace online too. Like, I don't know if it was through a Facebook ad or something that I saw somewhere and clicked on it and found my way to it. But it sounds like there's a lot of different flavors, like interesting flavors.
All right, so I have it pulled up.
And for how much it is, it's probably not necessarily worth it either.
So
It looks cool.
Here's a link. And what if I can drop this in the... Nope. Man, it's dusty out here. And by dusty, I mean it's polleny. And I can feel it. Like, my allergies are not good today. Oh, look, Steve's listening. He's actually here. I'll put this at wonder how fancy I can make this one. So this is the that's the coffee. Steve says the coffee artwork is amazing, but that is the only thing that it has going for it.
Okay, so I made it this morning. Yeah, Rebecca, you have a point. She said, "So could I just brush my teeth and then drink coffee for the same effect?" I don't know.
For mint, yeah.
It's not
that's a
that
good
kind
idea.
of mint, but first thing is, okay, so he brought a bag over to us, and don't taste it. I've not tasted it or anything.
Okay.
And it measured out to be about what we would make, maybe a little less. I don't know if that matters for a flavored coffee like this. But when I smelled the coffee, when I opened it, I automatically smelled that artificial flavor
Ooh.
smell. And we've got lots of coffees before just to try out new fun things that look really good. And they just taste, you know, that gross artificial fake flavor of something. Like, you know, like a fake vanilla taste or like just a fake flavor.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I can smell the coffee and I know exactly what it's going to taste like, and it's not going to be good. So when I smelled this, I smelled
Chico.
not so much the mint as I did just like an underlying like artificial smell. So I was like, okay, well maybe it'll taste different.
It doesn't smell strong brewed.
No. And sometimes I would smell the mint, like, and sometimes I wouldn't when I was pouring the water over it. But
Are we gonna taste it?
yeah.
Okay. So
Okay, it tastes better than it smelled. But nothing like awesome. Kind of mild. Very mild tasting. I think they're trying to make the flavor come out more than the coffee. So if you don't like the taste of coffee and you want to cover it, you may like this.
I don't think it's terribly minty though. Like I don't. Which
Like-
is saying something. So I actually don't like mint all that much. They're the only like mint
Gum.
things. Like I'll have gum, and that's just because we have a lot of choices. I do like Andy's mints, but I think that's more of an explain. But otherwise, like mint beverages and mint flavored, like mint chocolate chip ice cream. Like I don't really care for a lot of that.
Yeah, it's not my
So like
go-to flavor either.
for me, tasting this and going like, there's not really any mint. Like that would really mean that there's really not like a lot of mint.
I'm wondering if you add like the cream to it, if it helps. But it's not a strong coffee flavor, and I think we just like when we taste our coffee. It's fun to have flavored syrups and stuff, but when we have our coffee, we want it to still taste like coffee. So, okay, adding the cream kind of brought the mint out a little. So if anything's ever really not very good tasting, add some cream to it and it might make it taste a little better. I mean, you're just getting cream at that point, but look
I know.
at
I
it.
just want to whip cream.
We're so far away. I don't like how far away we are.
Then it would just look like we were in a green screen
Why?
because it would zoom in on us.
Nah.
I like this. I think it's nice
Can
getting
you
the
see
background.
this?
Yeah, just bring it up there.
Look how pretty
Down.
it is.
It's not focused on you, but that's all right.
You see the swirlage? These are my new mugs. by
Hide
the
my
way.
face.
They are so cute. They're like a double-walled, I don't know, did they call them like cappuccino mugs or something?
They're not espresso. They're too big. So yeah, probably like a cappuccino.
I
Even
think
then,
they
that's
said
a little
latte.
small.
I think they said a latte or something because the cappuccino ones were bigger. Anyways, cool story with that. It tastes like false advertisement. I love that. It's true. It's not bad. Not awful. It's
He's right.
just I've had way worse. I've had kinds where I took a sip and I'm like, the bag is gone. And that's when I normally give it to my mom or something because she doesn't know any different. She likes them. She's never said anything was gross.
So for the record, Joy and I, although we don't know to what degree because there are multiple tests, but Joy and I are at least some level of super taster. So that could have an effect as well.
We
So
should
there-
order more strips.
Yeah, so there's like 3 or 4 different taste tests that you can take to see like what type of super taster, if you even are one. We years ago bought, it was like 100-pack because it was meant for like a classroom. We bought a you lick it. It's a little piece of paper. You lick it. If it tastes like nothing, then you're not a super taster. If it tastes like bitter and disgusting, like putrid, like then you are a super taster. That means you have certain taste buds that can detect
And I'd say we
flavors that other people can't even
We
taste.
had an even, everyone we've tried over the past years, I think we have it pretty much split down the middle of whether you taste it or not. So I know like our kids are because we've made them, and not since they've been a little bit older, but we've had them and they'll just make
Yep.
this face, and if you make the face, you know like you're tasting something
I
you
think
shouldn't.
I think it's a dominant trait anyway. So since we both are, like the kids are gonna be.
Yeah, but then we've had other friends over. We're like, here, try this. We didn't tell them what it was. We didn't tell them what it was supposed to do, so they, couldn't.
It's LSD.
We couldn't make them. They couldn't make anything up or anything. So like we'd say, try this, and they'd lick it, and they would just be like, what? Like, what am I supposed to taste? And we're like, well, if you don't know, then obviously you're not a super taster.
Hey, so Rebecca has a question.
Yeah, I know we were.
She says plastic or glass double wall
Okay, well,
mugs?
I
What do you
have
prefer?
like that. Those. I use like the Tervis double plastic, the double walled plastic ones. But I've never really. No, I put coffee in one of them.
Pretty sure these are glass, right?
They are.
It's very lightweight glass.
And
It actually almost feels plastic.
they work, I guess. I don't know if I have a preference, but because this is the only double walled like glass thing I've had, I don't know if you can microwave them yet, and I haven't because I
Don't.
don't want it to explode.
Don't.
Either way, I don't know if like the double walled really makes a difference with keeping things hot or cold. I haven't experienced anything
If it's
like that.
if it's an actual true vacuum, it will.
But I feel like you need a top on it to help.
For a hot beverage, yes.
The cold,
Cold,
maybe.
you don't need a top. I mean, it helps, but you don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really cute. But anyways, I want to tell you my story about this. So for Brandon's birthday, Brandon got a milk frother, and it's really cool. It's like our little stick one we showed, which we might have to do a video with that one.
Yeah,
It's not, I
show
mean,
some.
it's nothing. It's just a bigger version of our stick frother, and it came with inside this thing where if you like left a review on Amazon, then you would get to choose from these free gifts. And I'm like, yeah. So the free gifts were like these, maybe like a coffee grinder, just some other like small house kitchen things, which we wouldn't end up using. And normally I'd be for like the gift card because they offered like a gift card too. And normally I would take that, but I was like, I'm just gonna like try these. Not that we need any more mugs, but I want to see what like the double walled ones were. And I thought they were gonna be bigger like our Starbucks ones. So they came in a couple days, and I was like, they're so cute. And then I got another insert in there. They said, if you rate these, you'll get a free, oh, what was it? The free coffee spoons. They're like these wooden bamboo coffee spoons.
Oh, they're tiny. They're ridiculous.
So all you had to do was like this page and share a picture of your item. And I was like, yeah, it's free spoons. Like, I'm not going to use them, but it's free. So I went on there and I took a picture, and I think it was a cover photo I made of mine where I was like pouring cream into the cup, and it just looked really cool and artistic. So I shared that, and they're like, thank you. And then they like send you a message, and they're just like, your spoons are on your way. And I should have brought them out, but I was hoping when the spoons came that there'd be another free offer. Like, if you rate these spoons, you'll get. I was like, the free stuff never ends. I love that.
Joy is definitely the type of person that will take advantage of surveys, offers, coupons, deals, giveaways.
To an extent. If it's too much work, I don't want to do it. Like, if it's requiring too many steps of too many things that are silly, like, I don't want to do it.
I don't think it's as exciting as like what was that show with the coupons? It wasn't Coupon Clippers, was it?
It was Extreme Couponing.
Extreme
or something,
Couponing,
or,
that's what it was.
Something like
on
that.
like TLC or whatever. That was exciting because they had already gathered all the coupons, and then they would go to the store, and like you would see like, oh my gosh, I got $1,500 in groceries. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford it, because you can't put them back, I guess. I don't know, but they end up
you have
coming
to
in
calculate
within like
things just right to get the deals right, and it all matters.
and like sometimes coupons have to happen in order and things like. Anyways,
get the split orders.
because it's all at once, it's definitely something that can be made more dramatic. But what I was gonna say is like that would be kind of cool to see like how much free stuff could you get.
Well, and what I like about that stuff is those people aren't just getting it and hoarding it and not ever using it. Like you see them collecting all the deodorants and the toilet paper and toothpaste, like the stuff you don't go through all that fast. Like toothpaste, you don't go through toothpaste very fast. So a lot of those people will take a good chunk of their stuff and donate it to shelters or schools or whatever, and I like that. So they're getting it for free and then giving it away.
I was reading this really interesting thing. So, Chrissy Teigen, which I don't know why she's famous. I actually don't know much about her. The only reason I know about her is she's married to John Legend, and she's Twitter famous, as in she posts on Twitter a lot and has tons of followers. Anyway, she had a Ask Me Anything and Amma going on Twitter, and it was ask me anything about celebrity lifestyle. One of the questions that came up is like, do you get a lot of free stuff? And she said, yeah. Like she said, pretty much every day, because packages aren't delivered to their house; they're delivered to someone else, and then a courier like delivers it to them.
Yeah.
So there's an intermediary. She was basically saying like every day their counter is just filled with free stuff.
I love that.
And she's like, we don't keep like really any of it. She just ends up donating most of it to charity, because like, what's she gonna do with tons of mugs and things like that? So I mean, that'd be kind of cool, right? Take advantage of the system and then just donate it. But I don't know, it seems like most of the time it's stuff that you're not gonna. How much value does it actually have?
Right. And like the stuff I would keep would be stuff that I would go through often, to where I just don't want to have to buy it. Toothpaste, deodorant, those things, like, it's nice to have a couple, I guess, so you don't have to buy them often. But like, really, how many deodorants you go through in a year, or how many tubes of toothpaste? Like, not a lot. So you don't need like hundreds of them. That's how you become a hoarder. And I'm not a hoarder.
We try to actively fight against that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we're talking about coffee while drinking coffee and free stuff.
The cream totally just like melted really, really
I
fast.
feel like this is a little watery too. Like you probably should have made it more concentrated.
I didn't know. But you can taste the underlying artificialness of it, can't you?
I taste something.
Right when like the aftertaste is a little artificial. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's not terrible. I can finish this mug and maybe have another, but it's not going to be like, oh, that coffee's so good.
Why don't you talk about your? That's not the sock. The sock is the thing inside. Talk about your. It's not a hoodie. There's no hoodie. The sweater for
It's
the
a
Chemex.
cozy. A Chemex cozy, I think. I don't know what it's called. I should have brought the plug out here so stuff doesn't get in the coffee.
There's a zipper.
So
Amazon link out there.
I don't remember where I saw this. I think it was because I was looking up reusable coffee cones filters, and I came across this. I think it was just a whirlwind of like Amazon weirdness that
Is
day.
it the hex snub?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do they call it?
It's the Hex Nub Coffee Cozy for Chemex filtered pour makers. Keeps your coffee warm, fits Chemex collar and handle versions.
So the picture is of the kind that doesn't have the handle, it's just got the collar. Anyways, it does fit really well. It goes right here. It's pretty much just like it's what those like koozies feel like. It's thicker, it's stretchy. Totally like unnecessary purchase. It was $20, which that's a really unnecessary purchase over here for something like this. Like $20, 10 maybe, but I just didn't even care. I don't even know why. I just thought it was okay because I think you said, "Oh, that's cool," so I was like, "Oh, he approves. I'll get it." It's supposed to keep it warmer, I guess. I have no idea if it really does.
I don't know if we drink coffee in the right time period to really notice if it does or not.
Yeah.
Because normally we'll have like our cup in the morning, and then it normally sits for quite a while, and then we'll warm up a cup in the afternoon.
I don't know. That's
So
you.
unless
I'm pouring mine all morning.
Are you?
But I'm still warming it up because I like my coffee to start off hotter because it sits often while I'm doing stuff. So I don't want to drink warm-ish coffee.
I don't like to drink lava. So
No, I don't like my coffee like really, really hot either. And I like most things that are hot to be hot, but coffee, I like that to be just like toned down a little because then you don't even taste the coffee. Anyways, so ridiculous impulse buy. I wish there was more colors. It's cute, but like it would be really cute if there was designs. So we thought about vinyling it, which we
that's
could.
what we do.
The only problem we've come up with is with the sock, the reusable sock. Go find that if you didn't already and put it on there. I didn't have a problem buying filters or anything. I like the filters. It's really easy to just, when you're done with it, you throw it away. But if you need to make another cup, you need a brand new filter because you can't reuse them easily. It's a mess. Anyways, the filters, they come in like a box of, what would you say, 50 maybe?
Is it coffee sock?
Yeah. Well, I was looking on Amazon because that's normally where we get the filters, and they were all out of stock. Like everything like it too. So I don't understand that, like why that would be happening. So I was like, well, let's look into like the reusable kinds, and we knew we wanted to stay away from like the metal ones for taste reasons.
Yeah, we don't do metal filters.
Yeah.
generally.
So that was the other thing I showed Brandon, like, what do you think about, I don't want to get something and then you're like, oh, this is crap, and then like there it goes, because it's $12.99, but you get 2 of them. So we decided to try it, and I don't taste a difference in the coffee, but
Someone's walking by. Chico!
I don't taste a difference in the coffee, but it's a little bit more work because you have to dump the grounds, rinse it off, let it dry.
Chico!
And then I found out that they should last you about a year between the 2 of them. And you're going to have to boil it to get rid of the buildup of oils. It's going to be more maintenance, but it's going to like be better for the earth. And save you money, I guess. So it was worth a try.
How much is a box of filters?
I think it's under $15. I want to say it was 12 something.
Well, and it's what, 100, right?
So I figured we spent about like 30 to $40.
We drink coffee almost every day.
Yeah. Well,
so we go through like 300 filters a year.
Yeah, I was asking. Melinda was talking to me about it, and I said we spend probably $30 to $40 in filters.
I do think cleanup is really hard with the sock. Because like the nice thing about the filter is you can literally just pick it up like that and toss it in the trash.
And it's clean, like cleaned up.
A lot of times it's still really hot because you just poured 190 degree, 200 degree water all over it.
So now what I'm doing is I'm taking the sock out, and I have this big mug, and I'm collecting all the grounds there, but it's so hot that I have to just leave it there until it cools down, and then I have to empty it out, rinse it out, turn it inside out, do all this stuff, and then let it hang dry someplace. Which is fine, but like, I don't know. Anyways, what I was saying about that is the problem we have found with it is when you pour the water over through the sock, it starts like...
It suctions more than the filters did because it's not as rigid.
I even pre-wet it because sometimes that helps.
What happens is because there's a spout here, it because it's more malleable than the paper filter ever was, it just instantly sucks to the side of the wall. So then air can't get out, but water's trying to push in.
The paper would do it sometimes too.
And it starts like spitting.
To where like if
so
this was it, I just have to lift it for a second and let it out and then
And
go.
actually you can do that. So what I do is when I do the first pour is actually I lift it just a little bit.
I was gonna say
just to allow it to balance a bit.
Because you can't like pour and then lift. It's too late. It's already bubbling while you got half a pour in there.
Yeah.
So it makes a mess. So like this thing, we have to put it on after we made the coffee. Otherwise it'll drip and get gross and stuff. And I don't know how to wash this. So we just rinsed it with like soap and water and let it dry. But
we should do Amazon video reviews.
We should. How do we do that?
You just pre-record it.
Do we get money? Do we get free stuff?
You know what? There is an Amazon program where like you get free stuff sent to you, and the only thing is you have to write a review.
How do we sign up for that?
I don't
because
know.
like
we should look into that.
I could make that a job. I would have so much fun with that. So anyways, that's the coffee news.
The more I drink this, the less I like it.
Oh really? I think I'm getting used to it more. I mean, I'm not loving it more, but it's like I can tolerate it, I guess.
I'm not liking it. I'm really not. So I agree with Steve. It tastes like false advertising.
Okay, well, as it's cooling down some, I'm tasting the mint more. When it was really hot, you couldn't taste it.
I think that's why I don't like it.
I taste the mint now. Well, I don't love mint. I don't hate it, but it doesn't bother me because it's mild.
Yeah, I'm not liking it. We'll make some real coffee.
Well, this wouldn't stop me from maybe trying another flavor. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see what other flavors there are.
I guess, like if you go to the Bones Coffee Company, bonescoffee.com, they have a bunch of different ones, but honestly, they're kind of
Shark Bite spiced buttered rum. That sounds gross.
So you're looking about like $15 a bag for like a standard 12-ounce bag, which is
a lot.
I would call that average for like your medium grade coffees. Like if you get Starbucks, that's what you're gonna pay.
Oh, I know. Well, no. You don't. Not for 12 ounce. I'd say you can get a 12 ounce at the store of Starbucks, on sale sometimes for like $5.99.
Now they do have a sample pack. You can choose 5 different varieties. I think they're smaller though. Yeah, they're 4 ounces. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try that. Try a few. So here's.
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily buy it from there, but instead that would inspire me to look and see what other cool coffee places you could find, and then order from them.
Well, so like, my friend Clark, he has a roaster, and he's been roasting at home, and he had roasted a batch, and I sent him a message. I said, hey, like, where's mine? Like, I want to try this. So he sent me some he roasted.
That was good.
Which was, I thought, really good. And like he admits, he's like, I still don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, for someone just kind of messing around to get like a pretty good, solid coffee. It makes me want to kind of consider, like, well, geez, like, why not just order green beans and, as in green coffee beans, not like green beans, and roast them myself. But that's yet another thing.
What's
another
one
process.
more thing of another branch of Martinez Media?
Yeah.
Coffee roasters.
So now we're just gonna start roasting coffee.
Oh man.
Although Tom roasts coffee locally. His is pretty good too.
Yeah.
I always forget the name. It's like Homage.
Yep.
Is it Homage?
Something like that anyway.
Yeah, I was right. Homage Coffee Roasters.
It is super stagnant out here right now. There is no breeze at all.
Or maybe I was wrong.
It's 78 right now.
No, that looks right. Yeah. Okay. So this is my buddy Tom. Went to high school and college together. Cool dude. Excellent with the roasting. They're local in Ludington, so if you're in Ludington and you like coffee, I highly recommend.
He also has chef skills.
He does have chef skills, but he's focusing on the coffee.
Which I think is really cool.
That's cool. So, again, like we could get a roaster. You can get like a small roasting unit. You could do. He does his, or at least he used to. I don't know if he still does it this way, but he used to do his like cast iron style. So you can roast just like right in a cast iron pan, but that obviously takes more time, more effort. You have to concentrate and do stuff. The automated roasters and stuff are kind of set it and forget it. I think you just kind of dial temperature and time in.
And how much does that stuff cost to
I'm
invest
sure.
in?
I don't even know. I've never looked, but if I had to just guess based on the size and what it does, I'd say you're probably talking $400.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say thousands.
If you wanted to get probably a higher quality one, yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Chico.
like $1,500, $2,000. But I think for like a smaller, what I would call maybe like a desktop unit. Again, I've never looked into it. I'm guessing. I'd say probably about $400 or $500. What are you doing? We're in the great outdoors.
Poppy. Oh, I left bubble solution out in a thing. I'm surprised it's not all over. Come here.
We got her a bubble maker, bubble machine for her birthday. And
Best thing ever.
It's really good.
But let me tell you guys, like, Seth had one, or Perry had one years ago, and I think I got it, like, end of season at Walgreens or something for really cheap. I looked on Amazon when I was trying to look for these, and they were all like $20 or more for a piece of plastic with a motor. I couldn't believe it. So I think I got hers for, I think I found it for under 15.
Can you grab it? Is it easily grabbable?
Yeah. And it's really cool because it does a bunch at once, and they're really good bubbles because it came with like the really good bubble solution. It needs like 6 AA's though, and we had to change them. We had to change them. So I was like, it goes through so much solution because it blows so many bubbles at once. So Brandon's like, well, put some like dying batteries in there. They were dying, and it didn't work.
It didn't work?
Some of them were still there, some weren't, and it was still spinning, but it needed more power than that. So, anyways, I looked into that because I was like, bubble solution, I'm going to have to find that. So, I looked at on Amazon, and there's really cool, if you guys need bubble solution, I found the best stuff. I mean, I haven't tried a lot, but this one was like the best reviews, and you get 6 powder packets. And what you do is you take a gallon, I think it's a gallon of water plus 1 cup of Dawn dish soap, and then you add the powder packet to the gallon, and you just kind of shake it up, and it makes these huge, I don't remember, I have to find it. It makes these huge bubbles. It was like under $15 for 6 packets, and we haven't even like gone through, a quarter of the gallon. And they're meant for like the big bubbles where like you put the solution in like a pool and use the big wands. It makes the really big bubbles, but they say it works good for bubble machines too.
These?
Yes.
Okay.
$14.95. and it's been awesome. So now we're just gonna have to buy bulk double A's because it goes through.
No,
them like
I'm gonna.
crazy. Yeah, he's gonna. We'll see.
I'm surprised they don't come. It doesn't come with an adapter, but so yeah, 6 double A's is kind of a lot. So my thought is that's they're in cereal. So what's 6 times 1.5? 9.
Hey.
So that's 9 volts. So like a standard 9-volt adapter, in theory, as long as it's DC, should work. Like I bet you could even do it with just alligator clips and clip on the 2 spots. Shakes whipped cream. Is that bubble maker out? I
Yep.
can go grab it.
It's sitting right there. There might be solution already in it, so keep it level so it doesn't spill out everywhere. Poppy. Okay. You're starting to get like try doing fistfuls of it. I put it in that one. Yep. I put it in an old bubble thing. Dad's getting bubbles. Look at Dad's getting bubbles. You should fill that up over here because now you're going to have to spill it. So it's a gift for Poppy, but the boys have been loving it too. It's really cool. It's been spilled over a few times. The batteries are kept in like a separate area. Oh, Brandon. It's called Gazillion Hurricane.
Where's the switch?
Right on the back here. Look at the bubbles. So look at that bubble action.
Yeah, well, first of all, the blower itself is pretty good. Oh my gosh. So it does a good job. But the bubble solution is, like, you can tell, like, because, I mean, most of them
it's like
stay
wet.
together.
Whew. So whatever the powder is, it's awesome.
Try not to let it hit the lens.
The bubbles.
All right.
Are we done?
Now I'm going to put it over here. So
Okay.
it's
Look at.
Ah!
The thing is, like, you can't leave her too long with it because she'll try to pick it up or touch it, and then it's gone. Look at.
Here you go, baby. Here, I'll put it over here.
It would be really cool to get like one of those big bubble wands.
Don't
That
touch
you
it,
can do
though.
the bubbles that are basically like bigger than you. Anyways, something I remembered
Don't
about
touch.
the coffee is the all those coffee grounds I have. I was like, well, I don't want to throw them away, so I know you can compost them and stuff like that. So I'll be like, all right, I'll try it. So what I did is when our big cup, and we have this ridiculously big mug that's like this big, and I keep the grounds in there. And I yesterday just put them in our herbs. I
Oh,
sprinkled
the coffee
them.
grounds
I
we're talking
sprinkled them in the herbs because that's supposed to help with the nutrients of the soil, I guess. But I also was like looking up other things to do with them, and I guess it's a great bug repellent. So they said you could put those used grounds in little cups or bowls around your patio, and it would keep the mosquitoes and all that stuff away. Go play with the bubbles. Look at the bubbles. Where are they? She wants more of the cream, I think.
Give her some, it's fine. Man. What do you want, baby? Oh, they fixed it. Oh, yeah, you can just see the bubbles still just pouring in the background. It's a good background. Oh man, it popped all over my screen. Excuse me. Lynn said she likes the singing cardinal in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have like
We have a couple that
There's
come around
two
and
cardinals.
they hang out right here.
male and a female.
I saw 2 males chasing each other the other
Oh,
day.
did you? I've seen a male and a female
Yeah.
floating around here.
They're still they're not really going by the bird feeder though as much as I would like them to.
So we're going on 40 minutes.
Holy cow.
When I started this, I had mentioned that we were going to talk about like what we have planned for the summer. So, we've been throwing ideas around and like what to do. We did this because we wanted to sit in the patio and have coffee a couple weeks ago, but it was raining, cold that day. I can't remember. Last week we did Storage Wars with Kenny and Ashley. You guys all seem to really like that. Casey says Poppy is literally cracking her up. Now she's just back there. I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, so last week we did Storage Wars. If you guys didn't see that, go check. I think it's 2 live videos ago. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Kenny, for letting us embarrass and
We
berate you.
went back to
Berate you.
watch it again, and
We were
I
dying. It was too
laughed
funny.
so much. Each time I would watch it, parts of it,
You notice new things.
I
It's
was
like
so
anything.
funny,
You notice new
and,
things
like,
every time.
I watched it, and it's one of those things where it's like, do I really sound that annoying when I talk? Do I really laugh like that? Like the things I said, I sounded so mean to Kenny. Like, why would you keep this? What is this? This is disgusting. I was kind of mean, but I think that's why.
Poppy,
it was
why
funny.
don't you play with the bubbles?
So we want to go on more adventures like that if we can, but trying to come up with like the ideas of that.
So yeah, so one that we were talking about this morning is, especially now that some restrictions are easing a little bit. Probably wear face masks still to be safe, but we'll see. Yard sales would be kind of cool to go to. Yard sales and garage sales. There's a logistic issue with that beyond just the face masks, which is data. So we'll have to plan that one out.
Well,
make
and
sure we
it's
have enough
hard
data.
because if we're going live, we can't just like stop, while we're driving and then hit up the next one unless we pre-record. And
So that's another option too. We could be not live.
Compile it.
We could do a premiere and just pre-record it. But I don't know. It's fun seeing everyone's comments
Yeah, you
and
don't
stuff
get the
too.
interaction.
So, but yeah, maybe we'll pre-record it. So maybe next week what we'll do is, well, we'll have to see if there's even yard sales.
I looked, like,
I know there's some this weekend.
there was like,
but
no, where are you seeing them and why aren't you telling me about them?
I've
Because
se-
I
well,
only
we went
saw...
driving yesterday. I saw a bunch of signs and
Oh,
stuff.
well, I'm not hearing about them, and I don't even know where, like, people, like, don't put ads in the newspaper anymore. So if I don't see it on Facebook, I just don't even know, like, that they happen. And I wish, by now, more of them would be happening. Because I think I've only went to, like, 1 yard sale so far, and that's really depressing.
You want to turn that off?
You don't like the bubbles going
I think we're
off?
good on the bubbles. But you can see, like, that's a good bubble investment. Bubble futures are up. It's a stock joke. I'm sorry.
Bubble sales.
No, bubble futures as in like speculating on the
Bubble sales.
potential bubbleness of the market.
It does look really cool back there.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a bunch of, like, bugs.
No. Anyway, so yeah, one was, and maybe pre-recording is the way to go for that. Doing some yard sales and stuff like that because you get some good finds. There's actually a YouTube channel I follow where all he does is go to yard sales, buy stuff, and then eBays it. It's actually really interesting. He's down in like Georgia or something.
And, like,
But-
there, you'd find so many things. That's hard to do here.
He does, he does yard sales, estate sales, storage sales, like when people open up their storage units or if a storage unit gets abandoned.
I would
Things
just
like
love
that.
that. To me, that's so fun, like,
Well,
doing that stuff.
you were, a couple years ago, you were looking into, buying lots or whatever?
Oh, my gosh. It was, like, called wholesale lots or something, and you buy basically pallets, but you have to bid on them, and you don't know what's in them specifically, but they say, like, what category you're getting. So, just for example, there would be, like, a baby child lot, and it would tell you there's this many strollers or, all these different baby equipment things. But then there was some things like mystery this or
I was gonna
unknown,
say, I thought sometimes
or
you
it was
didn't even
in
get
this
that.
it was in this vague category, but it was still child. And you bid on them, but the bids I think started at $100, and everything you can see that's going got up to hundreds of dollars. And even if you got your lot fairly cheap, shipping was ridiculous because it was coming in pallets, so you could spend $600 in shipping. But I was like, I love this. I would do that and spend a couple $100 on this lot, and you could easily make profit, make your money back so fast if you know what people are looking for. And that's like my favorite thing to do.
If you're
I love
serious
it.
about it, you can definitely flip it and make some money.
Yeah. It helps to be someplace bigger too, but I don't know, Little Luddington does pretty good with some of those things. I do great on the resale sites, especially over this whole time of
We had to set up a table in the living room so she could like lay stuff out and fold it.
take pictures and sell it. And like, I was supposed to be part of the mom to mom sale, and that got canceled. And I had all this stuff. I had all these like clothes to sell, and I sold almost everything. And I just lots, like all these for $10, and it goes much quicker than individually pricing things. So I pretty sure I made more money doing that than selling at a table and doing all that stuff. So it was really fun. It kept me busy. It kind of gave me just like something to do. Not that I'm, ever bored, but I made a lot of money doing it. It was really cool. But I love doing that stuff. And like, that's why you mentioned, like the guy going and buying, storage units of stuff. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. To me, that's like the most fun, is like the surprise of the treasure that you get to find. Like, I love that.
Well, I mean,
Love
it's like any sort of investment. There's a level of risk.
Yeah.
Because you might spend hundreds or thousands on a unit and get nothing.
Right.
But then there's other units that you might spend a couple $100 and then you find some $10,000
Yeah.
treasure or something.
Yeah. Me personally, I will not buy anything that I can't make my money back or earn more on. Very few things will I buy that I will. And those are things that normally I would keep like for the long term, but most things I buy, I don't keep long. So my goal is always to make a little money off of them. But a lot of times, if I'm getting something, even if it's something used, I will like clean it up really good and bring it back to new, and know I can sell it for a little bit more because I took the time and energy to clean things up and make them new, where people are just like, oh, this is dirty, I have to throw it away. Like, no, you don't. Like, if you know how to clean something right and revive it, it's amazing. I do that stuff all the time. But some people don't want to take the time to like clean things up and do that, but I think it's fun. So just like repurposing a lot of different.
Most stuff I get, I plan on using it until it's dust. So
Yeah, not me. That's probably why I have so much stuff though, because I get a bunch of things for not a lot of money.
like everything from clothes to even like electronics and stuff. Like if I buy something, I don't really plan on ever reselling it. I plan on using it until it no longer works.
That's not me.
Yeah. So like one of the few things I actually did is to like, I had two iMacs and they were going on probably about a decade old, and I probably could have gotten more out of them, but they weren't keeping up with what I needed to do. So I did end up selling them. So yeah, I ended up selling them, and I mean, I definitely didn't like make my money back by any means, but also considering I used them for 8 or 10 years.
Well, and something that differs too is like, you would sell something cheaper just because
Chico.
you like know like a little money is better than nothing and keeping it in its space. Like, you value space that something takes up,
Mm-hmm.
and having stuff laying around, like, you kind of just get it out of here, I don't want it anymore. To you, it's that empty space is more valuable than whatever you're trying to get rid of. A lot of times you don't like to hold on to stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll do that too, but it takes me a little bit longer to get to the point where I just like, I don't want to see this anymore. But we're very different in that way. But I don't know.
Anyway, now we're going on 50 minutes.
Well, we just came up with ideas of
Yeah.
stuff.
So coming up, we realize summer's busy. Our audience is definitely smaller time periods, although we do know that you guys watch them later, so thanks for checking us out.
Or skip around.
Or skip around, that's fine too. We're just doing this to fill time,
Get ideas.
do stuff, something to do. Anyway, so like through the summer and stuff, like honestly on a Saturday like this, by 10 o'clock, we'd probably want to be getting out and doing stuff.
I don't know. Saturdays have always been my yard sale time, so like between 8 and
That's what I'm saying.
10, that's when I like to yard sale, but I don't like taking anyone with me. It's awful taking kids.
Let that
Usually
someone watch
I will-
the kids so we can go out and record.
And I don't know if I always want everyone watching the yard sale.
It's because she's a mean haggler.
I'm not.
I will give you 25 cents.
I don't like doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be different to record versus I don't know, I think people get weird about that. Like you go to the yard sale and
people are
you're
dumb.
like recording, people get weird. Like we might have some issues with that. Unless you can
Have to
be
get them sign a
sneaky somehow.
release.
I mean, illegally is that? Like you can do that?
I don't know.
Record? Usually you're all about the legal stuff, so yeah. But I know what yard sales I like to go to, which ones I don't want to go to. But if you're doing videos, I have to stop at some that I don't care about just because
Not if we were pre-recording. That wouldn't matter.
you guys would like that more than me looking at the stuff I look at.
Man, it sucks that like Pentwater didn't have their yard sales because that would have been an amazing.
We were just talking
video.
about that yesterday. We drove through Pentwater. Those yard
Next
sales
year
are
we
the
will do
best.
Pentwater yard sales.
And like for the past few years, we take the kids and we I think we go into it thinking this will be fun for the kids, and they just don't like walking.
They don't.
And it's not fun I just don't like doing that stuff with kids.
She wants to get like a side by side so that we can like drive around. Through the sales.
I see people doing that, and it looks really awesome.
If we had the side by side with like the storage cargo area in the back, that would be kind of cool.
Well, some people have second vehicles. We could just have.
We just don't know where to store it. That's the issue.
We need a shed.
I mean, I guess like in the winter, we wouldn't need to keep it at the house. We could store it. Like there's people that have property we could probably store it at. But anyway,
It would be fun.
You had another idea for.
Oh, we
show.
don't have to talk about it yet. We'll surprise them with that one.
Oh, okay.
It's a fun one.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. We'll probably still try to do this every week, but we'll see what we
It
come up
doesn't
with.
hurt to get ideas from you guys either. So
Things you want to see.
anything with like the kids, because if we're home we have them. So.
Yeah, yes. Like yesterday was fun with the. I mean, it was. We should have like posted and said, "Hey, guess what we're doing?" But it was all on the fly.
It was like, hey,
But
live this.
putting the cards in the bike spokes and stuff. You know, the old motorcycle sounds. That was fun. The kids were like, "What? Whoa!" Like it was just
To
they
see
loved
Perry's
it.
face was priceless. I wish we would have gotten that when he first saw it. I'm like, I remember that feeling when I was a kid. Oh, it was fun.
Yeah. But anyway, cool. Well, we're just under an hour, so we're gonna wrap this up. Try to be outside and do stuff today. Happy first day of summer, and we'll catch you guys all later. Yeah. Bye.